Kanifing. The director of YMCA, John Jai, clearly highlighted the need for volunteerism. This was further buttressed by Alex Da Costa of UNDP, who also spoke of the role of volunteers in his institution and the world at large.
Volunteers, including many young women and men, already play a vital role in UNDP projects and programs around the world. Volunteer health workers, teachers, climate change adaptation specialists, and relief workers, among others, join staff on the front lines of UNDP's efforts in 127 countries.
This year's International Volunteer Day celebration, whose theme is Youth Volunteering for a Better World, is done in partnership with organizations including Voluntary Service Overseas, Volunteers Network Gambia, and US Peace Corps. The team, with its slogan, Young, Global and Active, showcases the significant role which youth play as regards global development in its entirety. This was attested to by Sarah Musila in her statement on behalf of the Executive Coordinator of the United Nations Volunteers Program, Richard Dictos.
Today, we celebrate and recognize that young people are ready to tackle challenges and are increasingly acting as transformational engines in society. All over the world, they are calling for institutions to be responsive, not just to their own needs, but to national or global concerns, and providing the energy, creative ideas, and determination to drive reform.
Addressing the gathering, Abubakar Sisao of the National Youth Council and the chairperson of Volunteers Network, the Gambia, Adama Biai, mentioned some background of volunteerism as inculcated in many cultures and religions. Biai also states the need and solid role of volunteerism as regards development.
With the slogan, Young, Global, Active, please let's try and leave this world a little better than we found it. The chairman, the act of volunteerism is found in all cultures, language, religion in the country, and every year, months and days, hundreds of volunteers and volunteer-involved organizations volunteer their time and skills to help make this Gambia a better place to live.
Instead of anxiously waiting for a paid job, one may voluntarily offer their time, knowledge and skills as this may pay off. Voluntary Service Overseas, for instance, operates a volunteer teachers program in the provinces. Nicola Milner is a VSO volunteer engaged in this program, which is run in collaboration with the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
Actually, we have a lot of university graduates that are volunteering at the moment to teach in secondary schools, and it's URR and CRR where they're based. There's 10 senior secondary schools that at the moment are hosting national volunteer teachers. They're all graduates, or most of them are graduates, or they have higher national diplomas, but most of them have got a university degree from the University of the Gambia.
The fact that there are more than 1.2 billion youth in today's world who are faced with numerous challenges and vulnerabilities requires urgent interventions for their meaningful engagement. In the drive to achieve this, volunteerism is one best way as it may reduce poverty and social exclusion. Modu Bajan, GRTS News.
The Director General of the President's Alternative Treatment Program, Dr. Tamsin Bow, informs the general public that on the 17th January 2014, there will be the 7th Breakthrough Celebration at Kanilai from 5 p.m. under the leadership of His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya AJJ Jame. All cultural groups, Seifos, Alkalos, students, governmental and other institutions are treated individuals and their respective family members are invited to the mega event, which will be held in grand style. There will be a lot of surprises. Those who may seek further information can reach Dr. Tamsin Bow on 991-4535. I repeat, 991-4535. Genoy's Agricultural Rural Farmer Training Center was the venue for a 3-day seminar on soil fertility maintenance. The program is meant to sensitize farmers on the importance of maintaining soil fertility in the drive to improve food production. Winifred Nicole Hodibet reports.
Farmer training on soil fertility maintenance organized by the Department of Agriculture ended at the Agricultural Rural Farmer Training Center in Genoy. The aim of the training is to sensitize farmers on the importance and maintenance of soil fertility. The Deputy Director General of Agriculture, Mr. Falalo Toure, underscored the importance of the training, noting that the success of any agricultural production depends on the sustainable management of the fertility of the soil. He urged participants to adapt intensive production, as some agricultural land is converted to residential purposes or affected by erosion and salt intrusion. Mr. Toure said the training was participatory, indicating the interest and commitment of participants to maintain the fertility of the soil. He urged participants to disseminate the knowledge gained to members of their communities, noting that the training can only be effective if it has a positive impact on the livelihood of the population. He finally thanked NEMA for sponsoring the training. Mr. Bakari Jame, deputizing for the project director of NEMA, hailed the high turnout and the active participation and interaction among participation. He noted that knowledge is only useful when shared with others, and therefore advised participants to share their knowledge with their communities. Mr. James said that NEMA will endeavor to support the implementation of activities and urge farmers to adhere to agricultural advice for enhanced food security. He wished everyone a safe journey. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Winifred Nicole Hadibat.
From crop production issues to animal husbandry, the Livestock and Horticulture Development Project, in partnership with the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency, have concluded a training program for 40 participants on meat hygiene and pork processing techniques. Rahibite tells us more about the training in this report.
The Livestock and Horticulture Development Project, in collaboration with the Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency, recently wrapped up a 4-day fresher training workshop on meat hygiene and pork processing techniques for pig farmers and butchers at Wellingara Model Horticulture Center, West Coast Region. The training attracted over 40 participants drawn from various regions of the Gambia. Addressing participants, Usman Jaju, deputizing the project coordinator for LHDP, commended the government of the Gambia and the International Fund for Agricultural Development, IFAD, for financing the training. According to him, this is a new program under LHDP that seeks to enhance pig production in the Gambia by assisting farmers with pig houses and establishments of market outlets, amongst others. He further went on to challenge the participants to put the knowledge gained from the training into practice and also share it with others. The training coordinator, Mr. Ibrahim Cham of Gambia Livestock Marketing Agency, told participants that organizing such training is expensive and requires a lot of time and energy. He therefore urged them to make the best use of knowledge acquired from the 4-day training. In delivering the vote of thanks on behalf of the participants, Mrs. Tres Jata thanked LHDP and GLMA for coming up with this initiative. Mrs. Jata highlighted that the training is substantive and it will help them improve on their pig production practices, thereby enhancing their productivity. She also urged LHDP to help them with market outlets and abattoirs to facilitate marketing. Rahibite, GRTS News.
Coming later in the news, we look at the latest round of clashes between Muslim Brotherhood rioters and police in Egypt, and DR Congo pays homage to Colonel Mohamed Mustafa Ndala, the man credited with the defeat of the M23 rebels in eastern Congo. Don't go away. Welcome back. The sectarian fighting in the Central African Republic has pushed the country on the brink of all-out war. Meantime, foreign governments have begun evacuating their nationals from the war-torn country. The latest to embark on that tough task is Senegal. More than 200 Senegalese nationals have been flown out of Bangui amid concerns of reprisal attacks on foreign nationals. We have details in this report.
The passengers are mostly women and children. On this plane, more than 300 Senegalese, along with about 30 Guineans and 10 Malians, arrived in Dakar this week from the Central African Republic.
We were terrified. People were being hacked to pieces. It's catastrophic.